Hey Scorpio, I hope you all are doing well. This is going to be a general reading for the next 72 hours for Scorpio's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Scorpio, I'm doing a flame forecast for you with the candle. I know it's on its last leg. Be chill. Bear with me here. So after we do the flame forecast, we're going to get into it with the tarot. This is the Millennial Tarot. For those of you who are interested, it's a very fun deck. This is my first night using it on camera. Super fun, you all. But we're about to get into your flame forecast here, Scorpio. I do have personals open right now. It's a deal that I have going on. It's a 3-question video reading. It's $25.25. Great deal, okay? You get it within 48 hours. Fast turnaround, all right? But this does close on Friday, August 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're interested, get your hands on that. This reading is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements for the next 72 hours. Scorpio, what do we have here for you? Let's scoot it in closer. There's something that you are having to take a little bit of a closer look at for some of you. It's like you think you know something and then you're like, upon further inspection, you know, it's giving me that kind of energy here. It could be about an air sign for some of you, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Now, listen, it doesn't mean that this has to be some sort of deception going on. Not necessarily, but it could be that, like, maybe you weren't seeing something from a person's perspective. You know, so I do kind of get a little bit of that energy here, like, not really seeing eye to eye with someone. And when you look deeper into it, I feel like you have a better understanding of why things are the way that they are, or why somebody reacted or responded the way that they did in a situation here, Scorpio. I feel like they're dealing with a lot, whoever this is here. But, you know, I know some of you are going to be very triggered like that, by that, because some of you are like, well, I'm dealing with a lot too, and I don't act that way. Yeah, well, good for you, you know, but that's just what I'm saying here. I feel like this is going to be an understanding that you're coming to of someone. There's a lot of stillness. There's a lot of stillness in the flame right now. And what's crazy is that, like, my breath is going right on and there's no, there's nothing going higher, nothing even moving side to side, really. It seems like you could be pushing something, or someone's pushing you, and there's no budging. There's no budging here. There could be a person who's like trying to get your attention. Like there's like a quiet grab at your attention and you're just not giving. You're not pouring into it at all. You're not biting on the bait here. Not biting on the bait here. Some of you, I wonder if you are going to school, or if you're like putting in an application to go back to school at some point. The letter M could be significant to you. The letter T, B. Very youthful energy here. Very youthful energy here. Getting young. Young, the word young. That's interesting too. Because like it's coming through and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, that's youthful energy. So what is the difference, right? What is the difference? This could be about somebody who is younger than you, maybe. Maybe there's an age difference here. There's some stillness there with that. For some of you, you could be processing something from when you were younger. Or someone around you is processing it. If you've got an issue with a parent, I feel like they could be processing, you know, what went down here. What role they played in the way that the two of you are today. Ooh, Scorpio. Gosh, that's going to be so heavy if it comes up. But it is what it is. We'll deal with it if it does. Some of you could be getting into herbs. Like what herbs do. What herbs you can work with. Maybe you're into like herbal magic. A little kitchen witch or wizard, right? I'm getting the energy of somebody hiding their flame, hiding their spark too, Scorpio. Let it out, okay? Let it out. Now, some of you, this is someone hiding their feelings, but for a lot of you, I really feel like this is you kind of hiding a talent, gift, skill, or ability. Maybe you're afraid of being too much. Maybe you're afraid of standing out. I honestly feel like that's something that's actually going to push you really far, you know, into this chapter of abundance that a lot of you have been trying to manifest here. Let's do this with the tarot. Again, this is the Millennial Tarot. I'm absolutely loving this deck, you guys. It's so much fun. Let's see what we have here for you, Scorpio. What do we have for Scorpio over the next 72 hours? What do we have for Scorpio over the next 72 hours here? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, Scorpio. Now really, why? No, actually, why? Because listen, Scorpio, there's somebody here who's walked away. We're not going to dwell on this, all right? I'm just going to mention it briefly because you have the Three of Vibes here, which is the Three of Cups, and then we have the Eight of Feels showing up right after that. And when it comes to the Three of Vibes, this is like first like, you know, somebody may feel like, especially if they were your first or you were their first, you know, there's something about this energy here where somebody feels entitled to you. They feel like they've laid claim. Ugh, I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. You have the Eight of Feels here, which is the Eight of Cups. It says inner work. I feel like a lot of you have done a lot of work since this person has left, but they still feel some sort of tie to you. And just because they feel that tie to you doesn't mean that you have to be tied to them. You know what I mean? So a lot of you, I feel like there's a person here who's like, but I feel this deep connection with you. And you're like, so like, what do you expect me to do about that? Like, I've done the work, I've done the healing, and, you know, I've moved on, and that's that. You know, some of you, this could be a Pisces, an Aries, or a Sagittarius. Maybe you have those signs in your chart, but you have the Page of Vibes underneath this Three of Vibes. This is the Suit of Wands, by the way, in this deck. It says House DJ. This could be a person you connected with through music, possibly. This person may listen to songs that the two of you listen to, or maybe they're listening to your song, like a song that you shared with one another. But Page of Vibes, Page of Wands, I feel like this person may have some sort of entitlement over you. Like, they may feel a sense of entitlement on a physical level. So I don't really like that. With this energy showing up here, they may feel like they can, I don't know, twist and turn everything the way that they want to. They can change things up. They can freestyle it, you know, say whatever it is to pull you back in and, you know, get you kind of hypnotized by their words. And that's the energy that I feel here. And maybe that's how it was in the past, but it's a new version of you, Scorpio, right? You have the Five of Swag here. Please don't be scared of this card, okay? Because if this is for you, then you probably know it. All right, but it does say furlough. This is the Five of Pentacles. All right, for those of you who are wondering, the swag suit is the Pentacle suit. But yeah, you know, it adds this light layer. This is another reason I really like this deck. It adds this light layer to some of the heavier cards. And, you know, when it comes to this one, though, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're running out of money over the next 72 hours, that you're out of job. If this is for you, I feel like you already know it, because right over top of it, it's the Eight of Cups. It feels like, even if you've not done this, I feel like you could end up doing this for some of you. It's your choice, right? That's the energy that I get here. It's not necessarily like you're thrown out. I feel like some of you, this Five of Pentacles energy could be you walking away from it, because Eight of Cups is right over top of it, you know? So, but for some of you, this Temperance card showing up over here, it does kind of make me feel like things could be balancing out financially if this is genuinely like a furlough situation and not like a general Five of Pentacles. But you have the Page of Thoughts underneath it that says teletherapist, Temperance, and telotherapist. This says eco-friendly. Then you have the telotherapist one. I do wonder if for some of you there's a Sagittarius or an air sign watching you here, but you know, because Page of Swords is like curious, observant energy. So yeah, you know, when it comes to this, I feel like things are balancing out after a really tough time here, Scorpio, with the Eight of Feels, the Five of Pentacles, you know. But there is an energy here that like feels some entitlement towards you over the next 72 hours. So I'm not sure why it's coming through, you know, because it doesn't seem like they genuinely hold power over you. You know, let's see what we have here. Ten of Vibes, Ten of Wands, burnt out. Somebody's tired of where they are, so they're coming back your way. That kind of seems like a pattern that this person has here. They always come back to you. They may feel like there's some sort of, like, that's endearing. Ew. Four of Swag, Four of Pentacles, Pyramid Scheme. Watch out for any get-rich-quick schemes, you know, with the Pyramid Scheme card showing up here. But also this can say, you know, that you are hiding your light, because it's Four of Pentacles energy. On the traditional Rider-Waite deck, the man kind of clutches his pentacle right? And he's got this black robe on over top of a red one, which is like he's kind of hiding his power, shadowing his power, you know, and his pentacles on top of his head too, which he can't see it, right? So he can't see his value, he can't see his worth, right? And you know, the cities in the background are super small while he's super big, so it's obvious he's kind of isolated from others, and he's like holding his gift to himself. So a lot of you, I really feel like there's some burnout here, and maybe there's some burnout because you're kind of like investing in your passions all by yourself, not really with others. You're not really sharing them with the world. For some of you, maybe you're sharing them with a select few people, you know? So let's see what else we have here for you, Scorpio. Okay, who run the world? Queen of Pentacles. I love that for you. Yeah, a lot of you, I'm telling you, if you're in this Eight of Cups, Five of Pentacles energy, I feel like you're choosing it because you're moving towards something much better with this Queen of Pentacles energy showing up here. Some of you might have a Capricorn coming towards you here. Somebody who has, okay. Some of you, there's a person here who, this is their energy for some. This is for a smaller portion of you, but I feel like for some of you, there's a person whose energy they've pulled back, and I feel like they've pulled back to pour into themselves to get themselves out of Five of Pentacles. So I feel like they could have walked away to get themselves out of this energy here before they can, like they wanted to come to you correctly, and that's the vibe that I get here. You have self-care with the Four of Thoughts. That's the Four of Swords. A lot of you just walked away from a job because it just genuinely was not good for you, and it's not necessarily that you're like, well, you know, I'll figure it out. Right? For a lot of you, I do feel like you already had something in place. So that's not any kind of advice to do that, to have no safety net at all whatsoever. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I feel like if you're doing that, there is a safety net as far as I can tell here, because the self-care card is showing up. So you're making sure that you've got it, you know. Temperance and the Page of Swords. What's going on there? A lot of you, you could be connecting with someone who cares about the same things that you care about. You have the King of Thoughts. It says grown-ass man. Some of you, it's an Aquarius. Two of Feels. Engagement photos. This is very cute. I love this. I love this, Scorpio. I do think that for some of you as well, you got the Hermit, off-grid. Off-grid. I feel like some of you could be making moves in silence here, Scorpio. And I feel like some of you, you could be doing this because, almost because of this energy over here. Like if you have been kind of holding off on like maybe engagement photos or, you know, putting it out there that you're a couple with someone, maybe it's because of this energy over here, right? But I feel like it's something you're no longer going to be holding back, right? I feel like you're ready to love someone out loud, and that feels really good to me. I do think for a lot of you, maybe your intuition was telling you to make moves in silence when it comes to your finances, a work situation, and I feel like your intuition was spot on, Scorpio. I feel like, you know, for those of you who have left a job behind, I feel like a lot of you, you could have been looking for a new job quietly. You know, maybe you were looking for a new job very quietly because it's like, how will they react and respond? Will they cut my hours? Will they do this or that? Yeah, I feel like you were spot on. And now there's this new opportunity coming up for you. You literally have the Fool, the millennial card. This is a clean slate, Scorpio. And so I do feel like this new opportunity is coming in. And so this, what you've been doing, it's coming out now. You know, it's coming out now, when I feel like a lot of you have been kind of keeping it to yourself. And I do think that you're seeing now, after you express this news, like say, for example, you go into work and you're like, hey, this is my 2 weeks notice. You're going to see exactly how this would have played out. But it's the only difference is that now you have this safety net, or you have this to fall back on. I do think for some of you, you could have a Sagittarius coming your way, or a Virgo. I feel like there's someone here who's seeing you get a lot of attention. They're seeing you get a lot of attention. You have the Queen of Vibes, Queen of Wands, baddie. I feel like, oh, Scorpio, some of you, you're realizing this. You're realizing that person, you know, it kind of seems like they're only coming my way because I'm getting attention elsewhere. I think you're spot on about that too. I feel like your intuition is just dead on over the next 72 hours, Scorpio. And I feel like it was dead on about this situation where you chose to move quietly because you knew, oh, they might kind of retaliate on some level. Yeah, I think you were right. Okay, Scorpio, that's what I'm seeing here for you. I hope that this was helpful or fun or whatever you needed it to be. Details are down below for anybody who is interested in personals. Like I said, it is a 3-question video reading. It is 2525. You get it within 48 hours. It is going to close out on Friday, August 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So everything's down there if you're interested. You could also watch out for your other signs, of course. I'm reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. But Scorpio, if this is where we part, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and hopefully I will see you next time. Y'all take care.